By the time cities reached tens of thousands of people, survival depended on one invisible system. From ancient Rome to modern London, cities that failed to remove waste collapsed into disease. This is not a story about comfort. It is a story about how cities stayed alive. For most of human history, waste was not deadly. In small communities, nature absorbed it over time. Distance and low population density reduced danger. Disease did not dominate daily life. The problem began when people stopped living apart and started living together. When cities emerged in Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley, population density increased for the first time. Waste accumulated faster than nature could absorb it. Rivers became both sewers and drinking sources. From this moment on, waste became a shared threat. Cities created disease before medicine could explain it. Across all periods, one rule remained constant. A toilet only protects health if it is part of a system. Waste must be separated from daily life. It must be moved away by water or gravity, and it must never return through food or drinking water. Without these conditions, disease persists. Some ancient societies solved this early. In the Indus Valley, household toilets connected to drains. Wastewater flowed into covered street channels. In Rome, public latrines used flowing water. Sewers like the Cloaca Maxima carried waste out of the city. These systems were not comfortable, but they worked. They created distance. When Roman administration collapsed in Western Europe, sanitation systems disappeared with it. In medieval cities, chamber pots replaced sewers. Waste was thrown into streets or shallow pits. Rivers served as both water supply and dumping ground. Cities like Paris and London became disease reservoirs. Urban life turned dangerous again. People believed disease came from bad air. This idea became known as the miasma theory. Cities tried to control smell, not waste. They burned incense and improved ventilation. But epidemics continued to return. The true cause remained invisible. By the early 19th century, London was the largest city in the world. More than 2 million people lived along the River Thames. The river supplied drinking water. It also carried untreated human waste. Cholera outbreaks returned again and again. The city was reaching its biological limit. During the 1854 cholera outbreak, a physician named John Snow studied the city in a new way. He did not focus on air or smell. He mapped cholera deaths street by street. Patterns began to appear. Disease was not random. The map pointed to one location, a public water pump on Broad Street. People who drank from it became sick. Those who did not often survived. Disease was moving through water, not air. The cause was finally visible. The evidence was strong, but belief did not change immediately. Most authorities still trusted old explanations. The city lacked a system-wide solution. Knowledge existed, infrastructure did not. In the summer of 1858, the Thames began to rot. Heat intensified the smell of human waste. Parliament sat beside the river. Lawmakers could not work. The crisis entered politics itself. The government turned to engineer Joseph Bazalgette. He built a massive underground sewer system. Waste was intercepted before reaching the river. Clean water and wastewater were separated by design. Cholera declined before antibiotics existed. Cities learned that health depended on pipes, not perfume. Sanitation became a public duty. Cities, not individuals, took responsibility. Laws forced homes to connect to sewer systems. Maintenance replaced improvisation. Disease rates fell across Europe and North America. Urban life became stable for the first time. Modern toilets succeed for one reason. They are connected to invisible systems. Waste leaves immediately. Clean water arrives separately. Everything happens underground and out of sight. Success feels effortless because it is engineered. Toilets did not save civilization by themselves. Systems did. Cities survived because waste stopped returning. Civilization grew when distance became permanent. The greatest achievements of urban life are buried beneath our feet. The same logic applies to water, heating, and waste. All are invisible systems. all determine whether cities survive or fail. This is the story of civilization underground.